Adoa TV, bringing good things to life. Adoa TV, bringing good things to life.
Hello there, this is the evening news at 6 on Adoa TV, coming to you live from our studios on the John Evans Atta Mills High Street in Accra. You can also watch us live on Facebook at Adoa TV Ghana. The evening news is brought to you by Asatec Roofing Sheet and Cookware, Blue City Ties and Accessories, and Vena Mineral Water. My name is Benedicta Dodu. Now I look at our top stories for tonight's bulletin. Has crashed into another truck in Tamale in the early hours of the day, and we'll bring you details shortly. And still in the northern region, the Datoili modern car park constructed 6 years ago under the administration of former President John Dramani Mahama is deteriorating as the terminal never was commissioned. And in sports, President of the Federation of International Football Association, FIFA, has called for the reschedule of the African Cup of Nations to September and November 2022. We will be bringing you details of these stories and more in this bulletin. A passenger bus with the registration number 505916 in the early hours of Wednesday, December 22nd, 2021 veered into a kiosk in Tamale after dodging a cargo truck with registration number GS7001Y. Now, some eyewitnesses have been speaking to Other News Adam Abdul Fatau at the scene.
Okay, now you're free. Now they're looking at you. Yeah, but no, that one now because I know who's speaking. I'm hearing no question. You're concerned. And now the catcher is saying, "What's going to work?"
The driver was overspeeding, even though we told him to reduce the speed. We developed a fault on our return, so he wanted to make up for the time lost.
Can't imagine what you know, but the shame. The speed, me and so being part and mempo for no matter. I think you have said now, I said, Cabo Cabia said by what Shannon Waba Yeleni, you know, or Yafa, by speaking it too much, our traffic, you know. Whenever they are so.
He met a broken down vehicle, so he veered off the road and the car landed here. We thank God no life was lost.
Bedtime, Ben, I'm drew her.
Okay, it's 12:30 in the morning.
And you see, my stranded, and then I'm hearing.
See, I know, yeah, see, I am stranded because police were by no. Baby, name say, I got passengers, a benya, couple for an idea because young years, you be a student, you're my fine, that's why they're home. I feel I bet now since 12:30 listen and see, and after now, you're telling me your money about.
My name is Kofi Samson, and I'm from Bunkrobo. We are from Kumasi going to Sankansi. So this thing happened yesterday night around 12 a.m. That's what I guess.
How is it happening? How?
Come again.
How is it happening?
We were just coming and the traffic catch us. So we wait until the traffic gave us green. So immediately we enter, one red bus just came and hit us away.
Say that again.
I said you have Kumasi coming. So we came and traffic catch us. So we wait until the traffic show us green. So immediately we are about to curve. One red bus just came and hit us over the traffic.
Is there any casualty in your vehicle?
Come again.
Casualty in your vehicle?
Come again.
Somebody got injured in your vehicle?
No.
But where is your driver?
My driver went to the police station.
Look at this kitchen here. The car crashed it. If not because of the fact that there was no one there, by now it wouldn't have been good news. The government should expand this route to make us feel safe here. We don't take care, in coming years, a lot of lives will be lost. In just this year, the number of people who have died here is overwhelming.
It is a young that Nipa Bua, the Mafiway, Nipa, my accident to a hacker. I am serious. I am so serious. Mammy, oh, mother, I didn't at the quarter room, at the quarter wood kitchen where you move up him the end. It is a at the second cap and once of them, anything can happen.
Now, if you're around this place at night, you have to leave before it's dark. Overspeeding is one of the causes of the many accidents.
Just make fast to across the light. To across the light. It's just a hacker creeper. There's a Yentumia managing a government. I'm a hacker creeper. Massa, your program pa what this Tamaleke.
Okay. I jump at your phrase.
Me the Onassis.
Onassis there.
Onassis. That's my name.
Onassis on
Onassis.
Okay.
In the northern region, the modern bus terminal, which cost the Tamale Metropolitan Assembly a whopping 1.9 million cedis with funding from the World Bank under the Urban Development Grant, has been left at the mercy of the weather to deteriorate since 2016. Now, the Datoili Bus Terminal project was initiated by the former chief executive of the Tamale Metropolitan Assembly, Abdul Hanan, during former President John Mahama's administration. Nuruddin Ibrahim has more details.
The Datoili Bus Terminal project was initiated by former Chief Executive of the Tamale Metropolitan Assembly, Honorable Abdul Hanan, during former President John Mahama's administration. The modern bus terminal, which cost the Tamale Metropolitan Assembly a whopping 1.9 million Ghana cedis with funding from the World Bank under the Urban Development Grant, has been left at the mercy of the weather to deteriorate since 2016. The facility has been abandoned and taken over by weeds and reptiles ever since its completion 6 years ago. Thieves have bungled into some portions of the facility and made away with air-conditioned, ceiling fans, electrical cables, among many other valuables. This was revealed to Other News during a visit to the facility. Some community members of Datoili are unhappy with the city authorities' inability to put the newly constructed bus terminal into use. Mr. Al-Hassan Yahaya, the youth leader of the area, in an interview said, "The terminal, when patronized, will enhance development and offer the youth of the area jobs." Moving the buses to this terminal will go a long way to enhance socio-economic activities in the area and also create jobs for us.
So, only can I to you 2016 ma can I
There are no jobs here. We are mainly farmers, and after the farming season, we move to Accra in search of greener pastures. I think this particular bus terminal can employ most of us. So I'm calling on the new mayor of Tamale, the central government, and the Metro Assembly to take a critical look at this facility. Unknown individuals have taken advantage of the situation to steal everything in the facility. They have even further destroyed some windows. When the facility is open for use, Everybody in this community, especially the youth, both on the side of the NPP and NNDC, will largely benefit from it. Authorities at the Tamale Metropolitan Assembly are silent on the development when the news team reached out to them, but promise to respond in the appropriate time.
Northern Regional Motor Dealers Association has over the weekend sensitized residents of Tamale and its adjoining communities on the need to arrive home alive this festive season. The target populace, who were motorcyclists and other relevant stakeholders, participated in the event, which took place at the Tamale Jubilee Park. Nuruddin Ibrahim has more.
The Association of Motorbike Dealers in Tamale has organized a sensitization workshop for residents who use motorbikes in the Tamale metropolis and its environs on the need to arrive home alive during this festive season. Addressing journalists at the occasion, Mr. Hussein Mubarak, Secretary for Tamale Motor Dealers Association, said the sensitization program is geared towards avoiding motorcycle-related casualties by educating users on the need to use crash helmets and other riding safety protocols. According to him, many of their customers have lost their lives due to negligence and riding ignorance.
Are registered before they are put on the road so that you can minimize certain avoidable accidents and crimes. As an association, one may wonder why we are engaging in such programs because we are businessmen. Our motive is to make profits. Yes, really we make profits, but it's a cause of worries to the association based on the information we are gathering from the health directory regarding the accidents that the motorbikes we sell to our customers cause to them. There are instances whereby a customer you once sold motor to come back to your shop and may lose one leg or one arm. When you find out, you got to realize that the motor you sold to them is a cause of the problem.
He reiterated that motorbikes should be seen as a problem solver and not the other way around.
Motorbikes, as we all know, should not be a killer. You sell a motorbike that should serve as a good master, a problem solver, enable you to move easily around parts of the region and the country. Sometimes ending up losing their life, and just because of the attitude, just because of negligence, and just because of maybe not wearing crash helmets. So because of this, the association has organized a float whereby we invited the general public to come and join. We wear crash helmets with motorbikes that are registered to showcase to the general public of the municipality what we need to do when we acquire motorbike. We need to properly register it and wear the helmet that we sell motor and give to them. Any motor we sell, it goes to a crash helmet. And we don't understand why you take the crash helmet and go and put it under your bed or put it on top of your motor and use the motorbikes which end up what you call it, causing mayhem to you or ending your life.
Mr. Ahmadu Mustafa assured the association of the assembly's support, but however, called on other institutions to join the crusade to help curb road accidents.
Is that the audience is seated here, obviously from their information campaign is expected to be a process. We have only started. We'll continue to deepen that collaboration. And in fact, on behalf of the Assembly once again, we want to commend the organizers of this very platform so much for the initiative and assure them of our continuous support to collaborate even stronger for the benefit of the citizenry. Sister institutions should also be encouraged by what we are witnessing today, so that together we can change the face of road traffic accidents here in the metropolis and by extension the northern region. Maybe my concluding remarks is that this initiative requires the combined effort of everybody, state and non-state actors, industry players, and indeed the generality of the citizenry who patronize these bikes, so that we can together make this season accident-free one.
From the northern region, a Damongo businessman and a music producer by name Emelink Ablaw Enterprise has donated some food items, including bags of rice, cooking oil, among others, to some women, especially widows, at the Church of Pentecost in Damongo of the Savannah region. Mr. Emeka Alo, speaking to Other News after presenting the items to the leadership of the church, said giving to the needy is one of the commandments of God. He stated that most people in the society cannot afford 3 square meals. Therefore, there is a need for people who are capable in the society to lend a helping hand.
Over 600 children in Laribanga, as part of an initiative by Nada Junapur Foundation to bring basic health care to the doorsteps of vulnerable people in Laribanga, have received free health screening ahead of this year's Christmas. The Chief Executive Officer for the foundation, Mrs. Nada Junapur, who is wife of the Member of Parliament for Damongo, Honorable Samuel Abu Junapur, said she was overwhelmed by the turnout of residents in the Laribanga community for the exercise. She indicated that there was a need for the people of Damongo and its environs to celebrate Christmas in a healthy way, and hence her organization will do everything possible to ensure children in the constituency enjoy a healthy lifestyle before, during, and after Christmas.
That we should take care of our kids today. And as you can see, we're not wrong in that consideration, because the turnout is so huge. It's bigger than when we organized it for the adults. So we are happy that we made the right decision.
So the last time.
So general ailments, just to make sure that all the kids are in good health and good condition. So we encouraged even those who are, from the look of it, do not look like they are unwell, to come, to just have access to the pediatrician. We flew in a pediatrician and other health personnel. So there are 3 doctors here attending to that. You agree with me that this is not something that the people around here have access to every day. Of course, Damongo Regional Hospital is there, but people would not ordinarily just walk in there to go and screen their children who are not sick. And even the sick ones, they'll try to take care of them at home. So we took the extra effort to just bring it to their doorsteps. It's easy for them to come and bring their kids for the screening if you bring it closer to them. So it's more of a conscientization efforts and just bringing primary health care to your doorsteps.
She said her foundation will continue to visit various parts of the constituency and beyond for similar exercises. The wife of the MP for Damongo urged the people to focus on development since election was over.
Cold, catarrh, high temperatures, but I'm not medical personnel, so I'm sure when they go in there, they check their throats, they check their ears, and then I've seen kids with swollen eyes, swollen throats, necks. I don't know what ailment it is, but I'm happy that the doctors are here, especially the pediatrician who has specialization in taking care of kids. So, and we have enough medication for everybody. And if we need to do further reviews elsewhere at a specialized hospital, we are here to provide that. You mentioned the breast cancer. I would like to let you know that as we speak at the diagnostic center in Damongo, the women that we picked up certain strains or signals of breast cancer are currently there undergoing further screening, further scans to certainly or ascertain what exactly it is and what stage of breast cancer it is, then we can start whatever treatment that the doctors propose. So we have followed up. We didn't just do the screening and left the women to their fate. We have followed up and we are giving them the necessary care and attention. We do the same thing for the kids.
Some mothers who came with their children for the screening expressed gratitude to the foundation for extending support to them instead of limiting everything to Damongo, which is the capital of the constituency. Madame Zuleha, a nursing mother who spoke to Adoa News, said the drugs given to the children are of high quality and very expensive as compared to what she buys for her kids. She thanked the foundation and Mrs. Janapo for their good works in the constituency, since this was the first of its kind.
I want to thank Janapo for doing this very great job. Indeed, it's very helpful. And then we are much grateful for her to come and then do this screening for us. We are grateful. I've been given drugs, in fact, expensive drugs. Because those drugs that I've been given, if you want to buy it, it's not enough money, it's more money that you will go and use and buy it. It's very expensive, and then we thank her for doing this to us.
The exercise, aimed at improving the healthcare and well-being of children in Damongo constituency and beyond, saw the attendance of children from adjoining communities trooping into the center for the screening.
In Damongo, and on Christmas donations, a businessman based in Damongo named Emlik Alop Enterprise has donated some food items, including bags of rice, among others, to some women, especially widows, at the Church of Pentecost in Damongo of the Savannah region. Now, Mr. Emeka Alop, speaking to Adoa News after presenting the items to the leadership of the church, said, "Giving to the needy is one of the commandments of God."
Damongo-based businessman and music producer by name Emily Links Allo Enterprise has donated some food items including bags of rice, cooking oils, amongst others, to some women, especially widows, at the Church of Pentecost in Damongo of the Savannah region. Mr. Emeka Allo, speaking to Adoa News after the presentation, said giving to the needy is one of the commandments of God. He stated that most people in the society cannot afford 3 square meals. Therefore, there is the need for people who are capable in the society to lend a helping hand.
Give back. So that is why I and my family we come together to do this thing that I'm doing. I'm not the only one doing it, because if my wife didn't support me, I don't think it would have been done. Or my wife has been my backbone. I'm not having money. I'm not having money. So people think because I'm supporting Tom Tella, that's because I'm having money. That's why I'm trying to raise him. No, I'm doing it because it's from the society that God is blessing me from. So I want people to help me anyway, whether media. People should help me to always promote our songs, so that we also grow like other artists in South and other countries.
Receiving the items on behalf of the women, the elder of the church, Moses Munipak, thanked Mr. Emeka for the support. He also used the opportunity to call on individuals in the society who are well-to-do to always help the vulnerable in society to ease the burden of the needy in the church.
We are very grateful to Emeka and his people for this donation. We as a church, we have seen that the needy in the society, they are burdened not only to their immediate family, but to anyone who is of help and can be of help to them. So if these people are part of the church, and the church has a very big burden to carry, the church might not be able to attend to the needs of all these people. But then when individuals who are also church members come in their own accord with their token, like he has just done today, it will go a long way. Now, it is said that the church has given them this, but you can see that it comes from an individual. So what we are saying is that the church alone cannot carry the burden of the needy in the society or the needy in the church. But individuals who are, by God's grace, able to do their well-to-do and they can sacrifice a bit of it, I think what this Emeka and his people have done, it is a very good example that all other people should follow. so that we can ease the burden of the needy in the church and even on the church itself. Because when the people are there and they are carrying a whole lot of troubles here and there, what to eat and all those things, the church is carrying the burden. So if individuals are coming, they are easing the burden of the church and then the burden of the society. So I think this is what I have to say, and we are very grateful to you for your time and your support. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. I am Moses Monifa. I'm a leader of the church.
Madam Margaret Dari, who is the beneficiary, also spoke to Ado News.
Margaret Dari Amantana.
You're watching the evening news on Adoa TV. We'll be right back with more local stories. Do stay with us.
CB will make up now. Amaka correct. What's your best mankasa? That's it. Who anyone? Oh, middle. You captures back one for man. CB men capsules. Me see CB men capsules na make a year.
Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. You name the dada. And one year packaging I am the pepper.
Wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules, no packaging is on. And you also no mood any biansan wako do pegi.
Share a painful any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada won di fie do ye. Enka ho.
Susanna. Ghana man be man tamase.
Adoa Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA aje edwedin kato yato.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Still watching the evening news at 6 on Adoa TV. Now moving on to some more local stories. In recent times, many Christians, especially the youth, prefer going to church with their phones instead of a book Bible. As with the advent of technology, one could access every scripture of the Bible on their phones. But could the replacing of the book Bibles with mobile phones be a distraction or an opportunity? Isaac Otu has been finding out in the following report.
The advent and invention of cellular phones and related gadgets is a major determiner in the lives of many in the society. Indeed, it is a necessary evil in the lives of many Christians. A companion that many cannot do without. Mobile phones and tablets can perform limitless functions with tailored applications like economic, social, and loose apps to suit the needs of users.
Gone were the days where you'd find many individuals on a Sunday morning heading to their various churches with a hard copy of their Bible. With the advent of technology, their story is different. As this time around, with just a tap away from your phone, you are able to access any and every scripture of the Bible. You enter into any church service at all and you find out that many individuals, the congregants who are of youthful age, have their phones instead of their Bible.
For the Director of Programs at the Anglican Diocese of Accra, Reverend Ekia Ofori Boateng, there are advantages as well as disadvantages, and she explains more.
Most people will forget their Bible, but they won't forget their phone. So if they have a copy of the Bible on their phone, you can rest assured that at least when you ask somebody to read something or you call out a particular passage, that there's quite a large likelihood that they will be able to find it. And that's the other thing, is that a lot of people don't really know where to find what in their Bible. So at least if you say John chapter 1, they will know. They don't have to flip through and figure, okay, does it come before Mark or after Mark? They don't have to figure those things out. So the nice thing about the online Bible is that it takes you straight to the reading, and also it gives you the option to look at the different types of versions. Some people get confused with King James; they prefer the NIV. So if you just have your physical Bible, it reduces your chances of being able to look at a different version. So those are some of the positive things. But of course, there's a disadvantage. One of the biggest disadvantages is that on the phone are other things, okay? And anytime you get a message on your phone, for instance, it pops up that you have a message. So even if you are indeed reading your Bible, the human mind does not have the ability to do two things at the same time. So the moment you even take your eye off to look to see, what message is that I just received. And there's always a temptation, because once you feel the phone vibrate, there's going to be the temptation to go and check, what message did I get? And that could lead to reading a whole host of things and ending up spending your whole time reading your WhatsApp or your text messages instead of being in the Bible.
The General Secretary of the Bible Society Ghana, Dr. Enoch Ayi-Atta, couldn't have agreed less with Reverend Nanekia Boateng.
We cannot also rule out the fact that it makes it handy for people and quick in referring to passages in the Bible. But the danger of that too is that instead of people even concentrating on the electronic Bible, so to speak, on their phones, they end up accessing other things whilst the service is going on. Realize that eventually they don't benefit as they would if the concentration was on the physical Bible.
He further observed that sales of book Bibles have increased with just some few days to end the year.
The sales have really picked up during the last few weeks to the end of the year, and it wasn't so in the month of October, for instance, and September. But going to November, December, we realized that it's picking up very fast. So it means that a lot of people are beginning to see that the Bible is important.
But for Reverend Nana Ekia Boateng, the question, however, is whether or not one can resist the temptation to swipe onto other appealing apps while feeling the urge to read the Bible on the phone. And what if one's attention is driven away by an inquisitive call or messages from people who cannot tell whether the receiver was reading or meditating on the scriptures?
And lately, people even take notes on their phone, which sometimes, as a priest, it looks like, are they listening to me or are they chatting on their phone, but you realize later on that they were actually taking notes based on what you were saying. So It depends on the person. It can be a true disadvantage or it can actually be a real advantage depending on the individual.
According to Dr. Enoch Ayata, many have opted to the presenting of Bibles as gift instead of Christmas cards this Xmas season.
And these days, people also, instead of buying Christmas cards for people would rather buy the Word of God, which then it's more valuable, if you like. To ensure that you own a Bible for yourself, and indeed also buy one, and any gift that you are giving to a friend, add the Bible to it, because that is the Word of God. That is what brings life to us. And once you do so, you'll be helping the person into the new year and even thereafter.
From ancient times, Christians have been adept at using whatever extension of humanity available to them for the advancement of the gospel. The good news of Jesus can travel on both paper-bound books as well as glowing digital screens. Perhaps smartphones and the social media apps that drive their use of incredible opportunities for us today, even within our very own worship service.
Still on the Bible and preaching. Meeting a pastor preaching in an open air these days in Ghana is very common. They are called evangelists, nyaminipa, and even also. But how legal this is? The next report by Jacqueline Quay has more.
Markets in Accra are one of the places where preachers in training hone their craft. They mostly organize themselves into shifts or preach simultaneously at the market square, either relying on the unaided projection of their voice or using amplification equipment to spread their message. Periodically, during the day, markets are filled with a cacophony of sounds, vehicle engines, loudspeakers blasting to make market-wide announcements. And traders calling to potential customers. One sound overwhelms all others. One may ask, how effective is this evangelism method? Under the Ghana Environmental Protection Agency, EPA Act of 1994 Act 490 mandates the EPA to prescribe standards and guidelines relating to the noise in the country. The bylaws provides that no person conducting a religious service shall play any music or allow any music to be played at the service so loudly as to cause disturbances. This bylaw is against public preaching or playing of religious audio and video cassettes with messages of evangelism in nature, all for the purpose of propagating the religion at the central business area. The penalty for default is fine of 2 Ghana cedis a term or imprisonment, not exceeding 3 months. If one is found to be a persistent offender, he will be liable to an additional 1 Ghana cedi. Some Ghanaians shared divergent opinion about the market preacher and the sound. Apostle Enoch shares reason why they engage in the act, despite knowing it goes against the laws of the country.
You are going to preach. Maybe sometimes you want to do the preaching in a market, and because of a lot of noises over there, you need some machines aside that can help you so that it can echo whatever that you want to preach. Oh, we know it's against the law, but we are working for the Lord. You understand what I mean? But mostly that is why I said mostly that is because we bring in the system because of the noise over there, so that people too can. But where there's no noise, you can do it without even what. Because let me tell you something. Going to the market, we have a lot of people that they don't have time for services and other distance because of the work that they do. So we normally go to the market so that they too can receive. Do you understand what I mean? Something small for their this. That's why we mostly go to the market to minister to them, and they also appreciate it when you go to the market to minister to them.
Speaking to some market women to find out if the town preaching evangelism distracts their business, this was what they had to say.
Sebi waya male gbalo ni wo ye me ni nyumo hu e cha me e sake akanyumo wie mu ha e ja ke bia ne ko mo ni jele mi efi ame fake en ni me ko ni nyumo e cha me ni ameken posusuma ame ha yi nyumo e wo e saka ngo gbe na posusuma ha ni oni ho da bi e chi mi gbe e ja ke shika me fi e je be na me ye be baba o
le o safa me be problem inside ake osofu e amenche nyumo ni na nyumo atale dongo mi ahun no to mi sade osofu ko be problem no ake na gba ko ka mo osofu ko pampo no preach po e gba na eni omu mi ake osofu eni nyumo ni cha ka ko osofu fe ke mi nya mabo punta le e ke nyumo ten sani no ni wonu le ke nyumo ten sani mi nya makojole no le ke nyumo ten sani
Samuel Alabiga, however, calls on the government to speak to town preachers who uses loud sound system.
Ni correction bowl ni machine no ni no ne tawaji abahala shika ko okwa message ni mepi ho ba na gashi e be message ni ji salvation message ke ha public moko mfeso mo no ka me je shika na me ka wo me wo encourage o me wo mo ni me hu amefi ojindo be ko ye other gate am play meneke position place here meneke o mimba shio bi eneke meneke mimba shio bi je noko shika ya no le ko ga am disturb ni agbene we ko systems na me use wo ena gwachon ewo ina no ni o ni ama bi e allow na kanie be pie ke won fe meeting wo station e ke fie won wo solio o fe morning devotion. It's a problem how, but I want to fight now. I'm a sound system. I'm a honey bashing. No about you, no about what for meeting, no about any what you more. Any no going to coffee more. Ni an hour. Or about a maybe a fight. Now I'm a bomb. I'm a system. Blow more abashi. Ke ocean you you motor one in the machine you here, Mike. She can mean she and you at least. Ni me she can use some baby, use some market. Me ban no need to work market now.
Away from the word of God and moving to Parliament. Parliament has adjourned sine die after failing to pass the controversial e-levy bill on Tuesday, December 21st, 2021. Now, the House is expected to reconvene on January 18th, 2022. The motion was moved by the Majority Leader, Osei Che Mensah Bonsu, which was seconded by the Minority Leader, Haruna Idrisu, after which a vote count was held by the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Joseph Osei Wusu, who was presiding at the moment. Now, the following news desk report has more.
The motion for adjournment was moved by the Majority Leader Osei Che Mensah Bonsu, who argued that the move is to ensure a serene environment for consideration of the controversial task.
And we indicated to ourselves that we'll be reconvening here at 9. We've been waiting all this while, making necessary calls, but that's fine. Nothing responsive. And I think where we are, if we take an adjournment, it will allow cooler heads to come back to this house. And then we can then come back to continue the transaction of business in a much more serene environment. In that regard, Speaker, I would invite you to adjourn the House Senate in the hope that we can come back on or about the 18th of January, to continue business.
The motion was seconded by the Minority Leader Haruna Idrisu.
Mr. Speaker, it's important that we carry the country along, and we need to demonstrate to the country that our democracy is growing and will not suffer some of the unacceptable sins and spectacles we've witnessed on the floor. Mr. Speaker, the leader have suggested, I only can concur, that you adjourn the House Senate for further consultation on the outstanding issue. Thankfully, appropriation have been passed, so the minister can keep the country running and keep its institutions running. I second the motion for adjournment.
The first Deputy Speaker, Joe Osei-Owusu, who was presiding over affairs, called for a vote count on the application.
The motion for adjournment has been moved and seconded. All in favor of the motion say aye. All against say no. I think the ayes have it. The ayes have it. The House is accordingly adjourned sine die.
Streaming live on Facebook at Adoa TV Ghana. We'll be right back with sports.
CB will make up now. I'm correct. Why your best mankasa?
That's it.
Who anyone? Oh, middle. You captures back on CB man capsules. Me see CB man capsules and I make a year.
Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. You knew the data. And one year packaging I the
Wow! What a packaging! CB man, any CB woman capsules, no packaging is out. And you also no mood any biansan wako do pegi.
Share a painful any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada go di fie do ye. Enka ho.
Susanna. Ghana man be man tamase.
Dodo Afre 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA aje edwedin kato yato.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Thanks for staying with us. On to some sports updates now. 67 members of the Ghana Football Association have made amendments to 10 articles in the regulations of the football governing body. Now, according to the clubs, they are basing their arguments on Article 33, Clause 2 and Article 33, Clause 3 to call for the Congress after the Ghana Football Association failed to respond to their letter requesting a GFA extraordinary Congress.
Administrators and representatives of the Premier League and the Division 1 League clubs have made amendments to the Ghana Football Association statute at an extraordinary congress aimed at considering and approving the resolution submitted by clubs to the Executive Council of the Ghana Football Association in November to reverse a decision taken to relegate 30 Division 1 clubs after the 2021 and 2022 season. 54 members of the Ghana Football Association petitioned the Football Regulatory to activate Article 33, Clause 3 by organizing an extraordinary summit to amend portions of the 2019 GFA statute, which they are of the view that the FA does not represent the interest of football in the country. Some of the notable clubs who were present were Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Aduana Stars, Bechem United, Brekum Chelsea, Accra Lions, Mediama Sporting Club, Susubribi Sporting Club, Tema Youth, BA United, among others. The General Secretary of the Ghana Football Association failed to respond to the petition within the stipulated period per the statutes of the association. In a later date response dated September 10, 2021, which was later corrected to December 10, 2021, the Ghana Football Association insisted some members who signed the original petition had withdrawn their signatures. Wilfred Osekwe Kupalma, president of Tema Youth Football Club, explained the reasons behind the key amendment in some of the statutes at the Extraordinary Congress in Kumasi.
This has been hard for far too long. You remember the chairman triggered an amendment that did not see the common ground within which we rally to have this extraordinary congress to amend hinges on Article 86. And I must say that I'm quite impressed and gratified by the fact that those that we tend to, in spite of all the difficulties, frustrations, and the challenges that they had, they were able to make it here for us to form the forum. Having formed the forum, nothing could stop us from that. People thought we had ulterior motive to this particular extraordinary congress. We didn't have any. It was for a specific agenda, and that agenda considered certain aspects of the statute that we considered inimical to government. We did not come here to throw this current regime out of governance. They have every right to continue discharging their duties as executives of corporate GF. In fact, members who are the owners of corporate GF have taken a decision. Going forward, we are going to forward these proposals that were amended to the executive for adoption and implementation.
President of the Federation of International Football Association, FIFA, Gianni Infantino, has called for the Africa Cup of Nations to be scheduled as part of the long international break in the autumn. Football's world governing body is proposing an overhaul of international football, including the World Cup being played every 2 years rather than 4.
FIFA President Gianni Infantino has suggested that the African Cup of Nations should be played between September and November as part of a revised international match schedule. The African Showpiece has been an event which has been held between January and February in the past until the 2019 edition in Egypt, which took place in June and July. As part of plans to making changes to international football, which includes the idea of playing the World Cup every 2 years, Infantino believes the AFCON in the period of September and November will be the best for everyone. The 33rd African Cup of Nations was scheduled to take place in Cameroon in the summer, but complaints of the weather situation as well as preparations has seen the tournament being reverted to the beginning of the year starting January 9, 2022. However, FIFA's president believes players leaving their clubs midway through the season is not an idea and believes an autumn period would do a lot of good. In recent times, clubs and national teams have been at loggerheads with one another in the build-up to the African Cup of Nations, with the recent being the European Club Association (ECA) letter to CAF regarding their unwillingness to release players mid-season for the tournament. However, FIFA is working on the idea of having at least 2 extended windows each year, so confederations have the option of hosting their tournament at different times of the year because of weather conditions.
That is how we wrap up tonight on the evening news at 6 on Adoa TV. A recap of our top stories. A bus has crashed into another truck in Tamale in the early hours of today. And still in the northern region, the Datoili modern car park constructed 6 years ago under the administration of former President John Dramani Mahama is deteriorating as the terminal never was commissioned. And in sports, President of the Federation of International Football Association has called for the reschedule of the African Cup of Nations to September and November 2022. For more news, log on to our website www.adanewsonline.com. Thanks to Asatec Roofing Sheet and Cookware, Blue City Ties and Accessories, and Verna Mineral Water. My name is Benedicta Dodu. Thanks for staying with us. Enjoy the rest of our program.